Aloha kNifties. E como mai, Anisari Nicole. I am Nicole, and we are a crafting community. I am not drinking any drink tonight because I'm actually walking. One of the things that I like to do, but that you haven't seen me do yet, is I like to take pictures of flowers. So Hawaii is one of the best places to take pictures of flowers because the flowers are just so beautiful. So for our last night here, because we are going home tomorrow, we are staying at this hotel, or it's actually a motel, like people can drive up to the rooms almost. And it is not my favorite place to stay. In fact, it's probably my least favorite place to stay. I don't think I've stayed at a place like this since, well, it's been a long time. I was gonna say the 80s, but it could have been the 90s. But I think that's when the last time this motel was updated. I guess the fact that it's a motel should like tell me enough. Isn't this beautiful too? Like in its own way. It doesn't have flowers, but it's just gorgeous, I think. At any rate, tonight I took a shower, which is good because on our last day, we went ATVing. I'm gonna just walk to the next like cute area. So we went ATVing at this really beautiful place called North Shore Stables. And honestly, I wish that they had horseback riding, and maybe they still do. But my son does not like to ride horses. He wanted to do ATVs, which I totally understand. And it was really a lot of fun. They have a really beautiful property on the North Shore. Look how beautiful this little garden is. And after that, we went fishing, and he fished with like a bamboo fishing pole and a line, and that was a lot of fun too. I'm not a fisher person, so it wasn't for me, but it was still, a really good time. And then the last thing that they did, okay, look at this beautiful statue. And this water fountain. It's like simple, but I think so pretty. These rocks are just gorgeous. I love this black rock. Specifically, I always dream of going to, there's a place in Oaxaca, Mexico, and they have really beautiful pottery made of that stone that's so black, and it always grabs my attention. At any rate, so I went to there, and then we ended up by fishing in the ocean, and they have their own private beach there, and it was just so gorgeous. But my son, he was tired of swimming, or I think he was ready just to kind of relax maybe. Here's a little snake plant, so cute. Okay. Anyway, and so he did not want to go swimming, but I was dying to go swimming, and then I also really wanted to see the sea turtles. It's one thing that I haven't been able to see since I got here, and that I wanted to see, but that didn't really appeal to my son. But they said that they have sea turtles on property, and they have sea turtles from the private beach. And so look at this plant. Isn't it gorgeous? Like, it just grows naturally here in the tropics. At any rate, so so I went into the ocean with my jeans. I'm a person who wants to cover up from the sun, and so I went in with my jeans and like my long sleeve shirt and everything, and I was soaking wet, but I swam in the ocean, and it was glorious. But of course I was like all dusty from ATVing. Oh my gosh, this is a nest. I'm sure this is a little nest. Oh, how sweet. But I got some great pictures of the sea turtle, and I have really beautiful pictures of all of these flowers as well. And so what I wanted to tell you is that even though this is just not my ideal property, especially because, you know, the towel bar broke, and it just shows me that maybe this is, you know, whatever. But if we can look for, like, you know, the best parts of some place, and it kind of helps to focus on that. I chose this property because it's right by the airport, and we have to be at the airport at 6 in the morning. Oh, there's a plane. There we go. So we have to be at the airport at 6 in the morning, and I just wasn't sure about like Honolulu traffic and things like that. So I was afraid to look at this purple one. Okay, so here, this is like a whole area of the pink ones, and then randomly here's this beautiful purple one. It's just so gorgeous. Anyway, even these little, I think they're like spider plants. I actually have spider plants at home, but they don't look as like this. Like these leaves are much like fatter. It's like they're happier here. And then I also saw that they had some, these are pretty too, right? Okay. Here we are with these. I love these again. As I was saying, yeah, and then this place has a shuttle, which I thought was, you know, convenient. And so I chose it, but it's been, you know, it's been okay. Anyway, I've been meaning this whole time to tell you about my book, Weyward by Emilia Hart. And this book is so amazing. It took me a while to read it because I started it when I was still working and I was still pretty busy. But I finished it on this trip. In the beginning, when it first starts, you have to there's 3 characters. And so I had to make little character study sheets. So I did that. Here are my little character study sheets, and I just write them in the book. At first I was using a post-it note, like a long post-it note, but then I ran out of space because there was a lot of information. I also like to make a word list, you know, just so I can learn some new words. A lot of the words were for property in England that I didn't know, you know, like property terms like a beck, I guess, you know, a beck is like a small body of water, but I didn't know what that was. And then the author is Emilia Hart, and she is living in London, but she grew up in Australia, I think it said. Yes, in Australia, which is so fun because one of our favorite followers, one of our favorite Nifties is from Australia as well. I feel Australia calling. So I've never been to Australia, but it might be time. So I also wanted to show you, I'm gonna try to block out the cars, but look at this beautiful bird of paradise plant. At any rate, Nifties, you should read this book. If you have a chance, read this book. It's a little bit, there's a little bit of mysticism in it, which I think is fun. And it just celebrates the power of women. It reminds you of why just of all the things that we women have gone through over the decades, and it just feels super empowering, which I love. And I hope that if you have the chance to read it, you will. I'm going to be leaving my copy here to pay it forward. I like to read a book and I like to write in it, so I feel like I can't borrow it from the library, but I definitely don't need it. And it's such a gift. I might leave it for the staff here. Anyway, we are done for tonight. If you would like to, let me try to get a quieter place. Look, there's the airplane. Huh. If you feel just a little bit more peace today, even with my little chaotic videos. We are going to be back home pretty soon, and we will be, you know, back at the purple desk. So that's exciting. If you feel just a little bit more peace, you know, just seeing what's going on, I would love for you to like and follow. And if you want to share with someone else that you feel that would be interested in our channel, would be interested in doing some crafting breaks, I would love that. If you head to our Instagram, our Threads page, I'm going to be posting all of my photographs from our beautiful flowers that we've seen here. I have so many, so I'm going to just post all of them. And I hope that you have more peace in your life, and that we will see you again very, very soon. And aloha.